Hey everyone, I'm going to talk about psychic protection. Now, if you see me looking down, I've got my book of notes because I do like to look at every area with psychic protection. Now, to be quite honest, in my own personal journey, I haven't gone heavily into psychic protection because for me personally, I developed myself, I developed my own inner strength to understand what the flows of energy are. So instinctively I would know at that time how to deal with it, but not to the point that I got, you must protect me, mustn't do this, I can't work with this person, fear. No, because I do have that faith. But for people that are starting their journey, and for people that are sensitive and even emotional, just because you become the healer, the medium, or just the lovely person that just getting on with life, there are times you have to actually toughen up. But they're the people that can be influenced the most. Now, I'm going to cover healing first. As a healer, I feel this is important for the people that are working with other people. Now, you're going to have people come to you with all sorts of problems, from physical problems to emotional problems to mental problems. Some people will come to you, and within those mental problems, there may be some people that may be influences by spiritual attachments. Now, spiritual attachments are, for some people, literally thoughts that are attached through somebody else. This could be from this life, and this could be from the afterlife. You do have spirits that hover around some people that make them feel unbalanced. Now, I'm not trying to scare you or anything like this. This is just part of life. Don't start thinking now, we've all got attachments. No, because I hear that out there sometimes. 80% of people have got attachment. Absolute rubbish. If there's ever going to be attachment, where I've been in my life in very colourful times, that would be a time that I surely would have got some sort of strange attachment. I've never had an attachment. So let's just organise that bit. For some people that are unbalanced due to whatever's taking place in their life, they may have picked up these attachments. So for a healer, you're going to work with that. Now, they're the times that you need to try and understand how to work that person. Now, there are certain people that work with this field, and if you're not comfortable with this field, then let them go to these people, and of course that's where I work as well. For the people that are working with people that are mentally unwell, that's due to chemical imbalances, due to tragic things that have taken place in their lives. There is obviously a negative energy around them, and that's quite understandable. As a healer, there are times that you may have to protect yourself from that, because you don't want your mind infused with those thoughts, and that's exactly what it is. You as a healer more often will put your hands on someone, or your hands will go into the aura. Within the aura is all those thoughts and feelings of that person. It's more about the aura than the laying of hands, to be quite honest. The minute you go into the aura, you have gone into the law of acceptance. By being there with that person, partly you accepted that person accepted you. So there's a two-way flow. You may start to feel their faults, which could make you feel overwhelmed. And if you don't understand what you're thinking or feeling, that's the time you could take ownership on it. Now, that's the time you would say to your guides, I would like you to protect me from the person that's having healing in the respect of any energies that are not conducive to mine. I see people say, I'm not healing mentally ill people. Even in some of these manuals out there, they say, don't heal mentally unwell people. My God, they're the people that severely need help. So we should start getting selective because of fear. If we start finding ourselves in a fearful place, then already we're opening the doors. And that's where those energies attach like for like. So as healers, and even mediums, you have to be fairly vigilant with your own spirituality. You don't want to be too vulnerable yourself, because really healing is not flowing too well that way. As a healer, it's about a channel, it's about a clean channel, it's about developing yourself as a person. So when you are encountering these energies, they just flow over you, they flow past you. Some people say, don't put your light up because this attracts the dark. Load of rubbish, I'm really sorry. The light is more powerful. If the dark is attracted to the light, it will come to the light and it will blend and turn to grey and back to white. We shouldn't hide our light. We just have to understand that our light is powerful and be firm and not be so fearful, because otherwise we're all covering down and not acknowledging who we are. So going back to the healers just need to be aware of the energy that might be around that person. Now, again, if someone is taking drugs, again, that will change the psyche of the person who's taking drugs, obviously, because when you take drugs, be it cocaine, heroin, smoke, whatever, it alters the aura. It makes them quite vulnerable to those external negative energies that equally bring that person down. Be aware, again, ask for that protection. We're not stupid. We know when we meet people if they're high or out of sync. But at the same time, we can't say, go away. You know, partly within that soul, they actually want your help. They've come to you for a reason. They haven't come to take the mickey out of you. Within that soul, they're in a bad place and they don't like where they are. And on a level within their soul, they're seeking guidance. Let them in. And just be firm with them. You know, I often say to the ones that are on something, right, okay, I'm going to sit and talk to you today. I'm actually not laying my hands on you. What I need to do is start to educate you how to move forward and move into a better place, because already you've accepted me, so we're getting there. If you really want hands-on healing, then I'd like you to come here clear. You know, I don't want you to come and have a drink, because unfortunately, and I have had this experience, that I've put my hands into someone's aura. I was a friend, bless him, jumped on the couch, had a bad back, yeah, no problem, linked in, hand on the back, suddenly, whoa, my head went round, and I thought, wait, I feel drunk, I feel lightheaded. So I just said to my guys, you know what, send to me, let me take that feeling away, thank you very much, which they did, because I've got faith in my guides. That is important for healers, for God's sake, don't forget your guides. Again, a lot of these manuals talk about practical things, how to work with the body, understand the body, understand chakras. Do they talk about guides? Not really. So again, guides are important because you're the ones, they're the ones that are helping you channel. It's not about you doing the channeling. And yeah, that's another subject to do with healing. Anyhow, call your guides in. So you can see the minute you start to give someone healing, your hands are in the aura. You are feeling that person. And if they are unbalanced, if they're emotionally distraught, if they are creating a lot of negativity because of the way they're reflecting themselves, unfortunately what you reflect, you draw in, you can pick that up. And I don't want to see the healers, after they've done their healing, not really consider what's taking place, go out there and feel depressed, feel flat, and that is because the person you've just worked with. So just remember, don't dismiss these people. You know, work with these people. Don't start being selective, because then you're not a true healer. And I say that with kindness. You know, I hear these healers, oh, I'm a bit sensitive, I'm not having a good day. You know, to be a healer is exactly it, but I heal oneself first as well. Do not give up on your healing. Healing is one of the most important things. For me, it's the highest gift. At some level, someone out there will need healing, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically or spiritually. I've been there, and most everybody I know, in fact everybody I know, will encounter something that makes them feel a bit out of step. But regardless, I'm saying about protection. Protection can be done by empowering yourself. Get your house in order, understand yourself, get those energies into a place that you know thyself. Get yourself spiritually in a good place, not judging, remember self-awareness, awareness of others, your motive is correct, in itself builds your light. That will bring you the people you can work with. You know, you need to set up that deal like I do with my guides, you know, bring me the people I can help, not the ones I can't. In itself, you give faith to yourself, you give faith to your guides and the people that come to you. Get yourself into a place where you don't want to start getting into this, you know, put the shields around me, put this around me, because in a way you're blocking that flow of energy to that person. Now if you're going to channel healing and then the next minute you'll say I need protection, yeah, I can understand you need protection, but not so much so that you shut yourself off from that person, because your love needs to be there for that person. That is part of the healing. That's part of your higher self, linking into that person, that that person feels comfortable. Because if someone comes to you for healing and you're all a bit ooh and a bit fearful of that person, instinctively they know, instinctively they start to block some of your healing because they don't feel comfortable with you. They feel already you're uncomfortable, you're fearful, maybe even judging them. So how is that flow of energy going to really work? You know, that's not for you to think about. It's just be aware. People drinking, on drugs, even someone's on medication because they're unwell. People say to me, oh, I don't know if I should heal that person. I heard recently one of the manuals says don't heal people with AIDS. It shocks me. You know, what are we all coming to? Are we a healer or not? You're going to face people, and I faced mine. So I'm reasonably expect to have all these entities, scratches on her body. I gave her healing. Is she not worthy of healing? I was just aware, pull my guides in, let me flow, and that's the way it works. Now, I knew that person that came to me I could work with because the deal I made. I can't heal everybody, and there's certainly people out there who have more expertise than me, and I will quite happily send them to those people. But to be quite honest, what I hear out there, some people are not as well versed as they like to think they are. So, you know, if someone comes to you, they've been sent to you. Just remember to be guarded, be aware how to deal with that. This can happen in any environment, absolutely any environment for the healer. Now, I'd also like to consider the mediums as well. The mediums are engaging with people. People come very desperate for a reading because they need some sort of acknowledgement, they need to be guided. Now, the ones that are working, I'm not on about the mediums that are working the spirit, the ones that are working on a psychic level. Most psychics are linking into the person's aura to read them. Now, I've seen quite a few psychics that become quite unbalanced because they have this ability that they don't actually know how it's even working. They're linking, they're reading that person, and again, the law of acceptance coming between them, they're taking a lot of that stuff on. Once they finish their day's readings, they're all over the place, because they're linking into their field of energy rather than the spirit. So for the psychics out there that understand they are psychics, and more often most psychics don't know they're psychics, they just know they're getting information, the person's next to them saying, wow, good, brilliant, but they're linking into your aura. So again, there's the people that need to work on themselves, understand the way they're working. I can't say all psychics are bad. I do have my views on it, and you will obviously hear that from me. If the psychic is really there for the well-being of the person, to guide that person, doesn't confuse that person even more, go with God. But for the ones that are there for their ego, for the money, already there's a vulnerability and weakness there, so they can easily pick up what's in the aura of that person, and you don't know what that person's carrying in their aura due to their journey. You know, unfortunately there is darkness as well, there is negativity in this world, and we just have to be aware. Look at thyself, work on thyself, understand the flows of energy. In itself, it becomes protection because you know how to deal with it. I will do on different things how to protect yourself, but just simply link with your guides, become the channel, call in the masters, put your protection around you, but don't do it till you've got full knocks, because then you're not flowing anyhow.